Okay. So here's our agenda for today, and we're going to start with introductions. So my name's Lauren Arney. I'm a local health improvement coordinator for the Healthy St. Mary's Partnership. And as we move into the new year, I'm going to be leading the Environmental Health Action Team and the Chronic Disease Action Team. So I will go ahead and pass it to Aniko.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Aniko Renee. I am the local health improvement lead at the Healthy St. Mary's Partnership. I'm very proud to watch Lauren take this over, and I will go ahead and call on Annette.
Hi, my name is Annette Lawrence. I'm from the St. Mary's County Health Department, and I'm with the Division of Community Engagement and Policy.
Thank you, Annette. We're happy to have you. And Natasha.
Good morning. I'm Natasha, and I'm with St. Mary's County Health Department, the DSEP department.
Thank you, Natasha. And Rebecca.
Good morning. My name's Rebecca, and I work at the health department with Ms. Annette and Natasha, and we work at the community engagement.
Awesome. Michelle.
Hi, I'm Michelle Turkley. I'm the coordinator for the ACCU at the St. Mary's County Health Department.
Okay. And Ashlyn.
While we wait on Ashlyn, we do have Troy Cowan in the chat, IUVA and LNB member, Lexington Park resident. Welcome, Troy.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here and happy to support a Healthy St. Mary's.
Thank you. And Sue.
Yes, Sue Veith, just a citizen now, retired from St. Mary's County Government and co-chair for
We're happy to have you.
short period.
Christine.
Sorry about that. Christine DeLeese, Community Development Coordinator for Aetna Better Health of Maryland.
Happy to have you, Christine. Okay. And Gabby.
Hi, I'm Gabby Gleisner, and I work for Land Use and Growth Management in St. Mary's County Government.
Okay. Thank you. And Jessica.
Jessica Richards, Tri-County Council for Southern Maryland. I'm the Regional Transit Coordinator.
Okay. And Esther.
Hello, I'm Esther. I'm 17 years old. I'm from Charles County, and I'm here for the Partner Spotlight. I'm the founder and director of a youth-led nonprofit called Nurture Natives.
Hey, awesome. We're very excited to have you here. And was there anybody that I missed?
I think I missed my turn. I got up to shut the door. I'm Ashlyn. I'm another EHAT co-chair with Sue. I work for the health department in the Department of Preparedness and Response.
Hey, thank you, Ashley. Okay, so as a reminder, this meeting's recorded. And we will go ahead and go into Partner Spotlight. So Esther, I will stop sharing if you would like to share your screen.
All right. Can everyone see my screen?
Yep.
Perfect. Well, hello everyone. My name is Esther Bonney. Like I said, I'm from Charles County. I'm currently a full-time dual enrollment student at the College of Southern Maryland. I'm 17 years old, a senior in high school, and the founder and director of Nurture Natives, a 501c3 nonprofit organization with a mission to empower young people through environmental initiatives that promote native biodiversity. I'm really excited to be here today to share with you all more about our mission, our impact, and how you can get involved. So thank you so much for having me. So let's start at the beginning. Nurture Natives was born out of a combination of my personal passions and a pivotal experience that I had in 2022. So back in 2021, I had already immersed myself in the study of plants and pollinators and had become a 4-H pollinator ambassador and having led pollinator-focused presentations in schools, libraries, and community centers. And then in March of 2022, I, along with a couple other Maryland 4-Hers, attended the National 4-H Youth Summit on Agriscience, where I gained a really deep understanding of the critical issues facing agriculture and sustainable farming. That summit was a turning point for me, and with my friend and co-founder Samantha, we returned home determined to address an agricultural issue in our community. After discussions with local farmers and experts from the Chesapeake Bay Foundation and the University of Maryland, we identified a pressing issue: the rapid spread of invasive plant species threatening local crops and native ecosystems. We founded Nurture Natives with a unique goal: to address the critical intersection of environmental stewardship and youth mental health, while combating the spread of invasive species and really promoting native biodiversity conservation. What started as a small 4-H project has grown into a youth-led movement driving change across the East Coast, empowering young people to take action for both the environment and their well-being. Through Nurture Natives, our team is addressing the critical issue of invasive plant species, which are highly aggressive and spread rapidly. These species displace native plants, disrupt ecosystems, and contribute to significant crop loss and food insecurity. In the US alone, as you can see, invasive species cause $40 billion in production losses to crops and forests each year. The Callery pear tree, for example, which is on the slide, is a popular landscaping choice despite its detrimental impact on native ecosystems. You've probably seen this tree. It's super, super popular in our region and all throughout the DMV area. In horticulture, invasive plant species make up a significant portion of plant composition, with many being chosen for their fast growth, aesthetic appeal, or resistance to pests. However, these invasives outcompete native species by monopolizing resources such as sunlight, water, and nutrients, and this disrupts the balance of local ecosystems. Native species, on the other hand, have evolved alongside local wildlife for hundreds or even thousands of years. They provide essential food and habitat for pollinators, birds, and other wildlife. The loss of native plants weakens ecosystems, reduces biodiversity, and makes the environment more vulnerable to pests, diseases, and climate change. Invasive species also pose a serious threat to local farmers. In our region, which has a large farming and Amish community, invasive trees like the tree of heaven overtake farmland and attract invasive insects like the spotted lanternfly, which feed on crops. This creates a compounding effect that harms agriculture and disrupts food production. At Nurture Natives, our mission to combat invasive species and promote the conservation of native species is built on 3 key pillars. First, inspiring youth through hands-on education. Second, advocating for native species through giveaways. And third, promoting native biodiversity through our Nurture Natives Guide. So first, inspiring youth through hands-on education, inspiring youth-led action. We believe that young people are essential to solving the environmental challenges we are facing today. To date, we have educated over 9,500 youth ages 3 to 18 about biodiversity, native species, and pollination through hands-on programs in public schools, libraries, camps, and community centers. Our goal is to make native biodiversity relatable and actionable, showing young people that even small actions like planting a seed can make a significant impact on their homes and their communities. One of our key focuses is simply getting young people outside. According to a recent Stanford Health study, the average American youth now spends less than 10 minutes a day outside in unstructured outdoor play, compared to 7.5 hours spent in front of electronic screens. This disconnect from nature has significant impacts. Many young people today don't recognize the birds they hear, the flowers they see, or the trees they walk under. If they don't grow up connected to their natural native environment, they won't understand it and have a desire to protect it. They won't understand what they're losing because they've never seen it. This disconnect also contributes to the youth mental health epidemic we're facing, largely due to excessive screen time and social media use. Our programs aim to reverse this trend by engaging young people in activities like planting native gardens and participating in restoration projects. These experiences not only teach them about biodiversity conservation and ecosystem restoration, but also empower them to take action in their communities. Research shows that spending time in nature significantly improves mental health, lowering stress by reducing cortisol levels and alleviating depressive symptoms. Studies have found that just a walk in the woods or a stroll by the beach can evoke the innermost feelings of happiness and peace. In light of the mental health crisis affecting our generation, embracing the transformative power of nature is essential to nurturing resilience and well-being among our youth. Second is advocating for native species through giveaways. This is one of our key focuses. To restore local ecosystems, we've distributed over 56,000 native seedlings and 650 native saplings and shrubs across Maryland and beyond. We've also planted 2.2 million native seeds. Our plant giveaways are not just about restoring biodiversity, they're also about giving young people and communities the tools they need to be active stewards of their native environment. Our giveaways are primarily sponsored by local native nurseries, including Bonterra and Chesapeake Natives. So a huge thank you to them. Through this initiative, we've provided over $24,000 worth of native plants to underrepresented areas. Because we know that access to green spaces and plants has a positive effect on mental well-being, and providing these resources to underprivileged communities, we hope to improve not only the environment, but the health of the people and the youth who live there. Now, third, promoting native purchases through our Nurture Natives Guide. This is really exciting. In collaboration with the University of Maryland Extension Master Gardeners, we designed a 25-page guide called Nurture Natives, a guide to invasive species and their native lookalikes. This guide helps homeowners and landscapers identify common invasive horticulture species in the region and offers native lookalikes. We've distributed 150 copies of our guide to nurseries across 7 East Coast states, including Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, New Jersey, Delaware, Massachusetts, and Washington, D.C. This resource empowers individuals to make environmentally conscious decisions when it comes to their home landscaping, and we hope further promotes the preservation of native species in horticulture. Achievements and recognition. Since founding Nurture Natives, we've achieved far more than Samantha or I ever imagined. We set out with the initial goal of educating 300 youth, distributing 150 native plants, and providing guides to 8 local nurseries. Today, we've reached over 80,000 individuals through our programs, distributed over 56,000 native seedlings, and partnered with nurseries across 7 East Coast states. Our work has been recognized on a national level. I've had the honor of receiving the 2024 Gloria Barron Prize for Young Heroes, one of 15 youth across North America. We also both received the 2024 President's Environmental Youth Award from the EPA and White House Council on Environmental Issues. And most recently, I received an invitation to speak at TEDx Hagerstown Women this December about Nurture Native's vision and how we are addressing the intersection of youth mental health and environmental stewardship. We've also had the opportunity to share Nurture Native's mission with leaders such as President Biden, Governor Wes Moore and Lieutenant Governor, and the University of Maryland Dean of Agriculture and Natural Resources, Dr. Craig Beyroudi. Like I've mentioned, beyond environmental impact, Nurture Natives is deeply committed to improving youth mental health, and this is something that I'm really passionate about. We believe that nature offers a powerful tool for healing and building resilience, and our programs are designed to help young people see their connection to the natural world and their ability to make a positive difference. For example, at one of our planting events back in June 2023, we engaged 64 youth, 72% from minority communities, in planting native flowers and maintaining native bee hotels at a local college. After the event, 86% of the participants reported experienced improved mental well-being. This is a testament to the power of combining environmental action with mental health advocacy. When we give young people the opportunity to contribute to something larger than themselves, it has a profound impact on their self-esteem and overall well-being. I am passionate about the power of partnerships. In closing, I want to thank you all again so much for having me and for your dedication to improving environmental health in St. Mary's County. The work we do at Nurture Natives aligns closely with the goals of your team, and I'm so excited to share it with you. I hope in the future we can definitely work together to ensure that the young people of St. Mary's County are empowered to protect their natural environment and improve their own mental well-being in the process. You can follow our journey and get involved by visiting our website at nurturenatives.org or finding us on Facebook and Instagram at Nurture Natives. You can reach the organization or me personally by my email, esterbonnie9@gmail.com, and the rest of my information is up there, and Nurture Natives information is up there as well. Again, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here and to meet you all.
Thank you, Esther. That was very insightful. HSMP is looking to have more emphasis on youth engagement, so this is a very exciting partner spotlight. And we would love to continue this partnership and to highlight your native plants guide in our newsletter. So thank you so much. And I saw somebody's hand. Did anyone have any questions or
Yes,
comments?
please, if you have any questions at all, I'm happy to answer them.
I also want to say thank you for being here. That was a lot of great information. And I think, as well as what Jessica said in the chat, I think highlighting your goals in a smart way, in a measurable way, is something that we're looking to do more of on our side as a coalition. So it's great to see that in motion. And like Lauren said, we, as well as our, I think Ashlyn, if you want to talk about it, our student academy, we're really looking into getting more into youth engagement. My question is, do you notice a need, maybe not in Charles County as much, but we've received some feedback in our cooking demos we've done that some of our African-American farmers feel like our youth don't know that that is a option or a pathway for them. Do you have any feedback in what that might look like in us presenting programs or creating them to provide a more equitable agriculture space in St. Mary's?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. And I've talked to farmers and I've talked to youth about this, and it's really interesting. And I remember at one presentation I did in St. Mary's last year, it was throughout the whole day, it was about 60 kids. And at one session, I asked them what they wanted to be when they grew up, and at least 3/4 of them said a farmer. But I noticed that very, very few of them were from underrepresented communities, were minorities. Primarily they were white. And I thought it was really interesting because you're right, kids from underrepresented communities, often they don't have the opportunity to attend these presentations to have access to these resources. So that's why we really focus on recruiting youth and empowering youth from underrepresented communities, because they're just not exposed to these opportunities. They're not exposed to all the possibilities out there. And something that we're really passionate about Nurture Natives is addressing the gap that so often public school doesn't account for, which is in-person engagement and really getting the kids outside on the farm or in the native habitat, because that is ultimately what can serve as a pivotal turning point for them and really inspire them to go out and take action. So if these kids, the majority of kids already are not involving themselves in-person, face-to-face engagement with their natural environment, kids from underrepresented communities, they're not, I mean, they don't have the opportunity to be exposed to that. And that's something that we're trying to work with other organizations, and we're trying to work with the JED Foundation, partner with, have other partnerships to really reach kids from underrepresented communities and get these opportunities, because like you said, they're not exposed to them. And I think a huge part of that is because they don't have access to organizations or people who can serve as mentors for them.
And I think that our community garden has done a great job of the accessibility portion and bringing it to them, but maybe HSMP can fill in that gap of going beyond the garden and what's in front of them and providing what it could look like in real life. Maybe some field trips, that's not good. Field trips in our budgeting for fiscal 2025 could be good, or partnering with the schools. I see some hands up as well. Go ahead. Go ahead, Sue. I know we had some technical difficulties with the mic earlier. I think it's happening again. But if you're able to type in the chat, I'm happy to read it for you, Sue. We'd also love, Esther, to send you an email after this connecting you with not only Ashlyn, who's here on this call, but Brianne Daly, who does our youth mentorship, as well as touching base with a couple other partners that I think we could really make some cool things happen with. Ashlyn,
Yes, that would be wonderful.
Student Academy a little bit, and maybe how those students, we could merge this initiative with St. Mary's a little bit.
Yeah, and Andrea too. I'm not sure if you've already spoken to her about Nurture Natives, but I know she's got a finger in some youth programming as well.
Yes, I put that down
really
too.
My goal is to kind of like, I would love for all of this to kind of get streamlined, and we could really just engage our youth in as many ways as possible, for sure.
Yes.
Because like you said, they're the ones that are going to make the decisions, you know? So getting them familiar and seeing it as a priority, I think, is super important. And one of our goals we aimed for initially this year was education. And I think throughout the year, we've definitely had trial and error, and that's the best way to learn. And I think we're in a good place to really start streamlining our guides, our services, our partnerships. So this is just a super exciting presentation. Thank you again.
Yes, I love that. Of course.
Okay, that's all awesome. And Sue, if you can type in the chat your question, we can always come back to it.
And Sue said, Delaware schools have a partnership with a farm site for kids to work on a farm and learn via agriculture curriculum too. Okay, so we should look into that and then maybe see how we could merge with our new grant writer, Kelly.
Yeah, that would be a really great opportunity for kids.
Tag in Robin from the school systems as well for the mental health portion and see how that goes.
Okay, Well, thank you again, Esther. We're going to move on to the rest of our meeting, but you are welcome to stay. So the next thing we're going to talk about, I'm just kind of going over an update on the community garden. Environmental Health has the Food Connection map, and we are doing quarterly updates. So if you have any edits or additions, this will be linked in the meetings that you are welcome to add to. And then we also have the Southern Maryland Food Security Platform, which I will drop in the chat if you're interested in looking at. But it's a really great resource. So for the community garden, they are still donating all of their excess produce. And at last count, I heard they've donated over 150 pounds of produce, which is amazing. And they donated some to the Healthy Food Drive at our annual meeting. So we got to donate 4 big boxes of food plus all that produce to 2 different food pantries, which was great. They have hosted 2 seed-saving classes in September and October, and they're continuing some of this education throughout the year. So we'll continue to highlight those. And if you are artistic or know someone who is, they are currently doing a call for proposals to paint the 6 benches that are going to be in the community garden. So that'll be linked. I think it's also in the newsletter coming out on Thursday as well, if you know anyone who would be interested. Okay. And our projects that we've been working on, this is Walktober for the month of October. And we celebrated Walk Maryland Day on October 2nd with War Cycle. And the Maryland Department of Transportation also has some free walkability trainings. They're called Walkinars, and they're happening at 10:30 on every Thursday this month. Our walking groups have concluded for the year, but the walking group at Lancaster Park is still meeting for the rest of the month on Wednesdays. So if you're interested, feel free to reach out to Mark at War Cycle. And for our environmental equity initiatives, just briefly want to touch on them. The Renew Act is still part of our advocacy agenda for 2025. If you're interested, let us know. There are 2 different coalitions that we can connect you with that are doing some great work. And then the Period Equity Initiative, the Health Equity Team, HSMP, and Stella's Girls are hosting educational menstrual health series. They've already done 1 session that went really well, and they have 2 more sessions in October and November. We have been working with the libraries to create self-sustaining drives. So they're collecting products at the libraries and then distributing them there as well. And then we're also starting up a mini work group with Sue Ha, leading us to find some funding sources for these period equity initiatives. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Ashlyn to go over some of the health department updates. And then after this, we will go into just general updates for the community.
All right. So updates from the health department. CPAS, which is our cancer prevention education screening training, program, is celebrating Women's Wellness Day on October 19th. We're having a healthy food drive internally here at the health department. Our maternal child elder health unit are hosting a community baby shower on November 6th from 11 to 1 down at the health hub. I read that it's drive-through, but you can also walk up. So if you just want to drive through or know some folks that don't have a ton of time, they are offering drive through as an option. Yeah, that's a really impressive event. I think they do it a couple times a year, and we always get a really great turnout. Let's see. They are also actively implementing the KISS program and safe sleep education. Oh yeah, all cups are welcome. That's what that's what it said. Um so they have actually sorry, implementing safe sleep education. I lost my track. They're setting up appointments with SMCSD for follow-up referral form for Maryland Medicaid recipients. Then we have, so BHAT, our behavioral health action team, is hosting the 5th annual Halloween in the Square scavenger hunt. Do we have a date for that?
Yes, that'll be on October 26th, and we are doing the scavenger hunt portion. So when people check in, they'll pick up a stamp card and they can go around and get stamps from the different vendors, and then they'll get a prize when they turn it in with us. So we're really excited to do that event. And then the garden will also be there, and you can help build a scarecrow that'll be on display in the garden.
Sweet.
And Aniko just dropped the link to the flyer in the chat.
That day and the Sunday after is also a work day in the garden.
Yes, it is. Thank you for reminding me, Sue. I forgot to write that down. And I believe they're going to be doing a class on like making your garden good for the winter on Sunday at 12.
Putting your garden to bed, yeah.
Aw. Awesome. Okay, cool. And Aniko just added the Halloween map to the chat.
Those and give them to vendors ahead of time so that they'll have them, but just so you can see.
You're in a meeting? Oh, sorry.
And then we have the local public health corps and the Summer Student Academy. So again, Summer Student Academy isn't until summer, obviously, but kind of as part of my role with both of those programs, they're going to be 2 internship fairs on October 29th. One is at the tech center that's geared towards high school students. And then another one will be down at St. Mary's College, geared towards college students, mainly St. Mary's of College, Maryland college students. We will have tables at both of those from the health department, just advertising our internship opportunities and also our high school programming for high school students. So we're still adding more to both of those, both internships and for high school programs. So mostly we're really interested in just kind of connecting face to face with folks at those and gauging interest. I know we have a ton of student interest, so we're just trying to, we have a few things going on, but we also want to keep building on. There seems to just be a lot of youth interest in public health topics, so we want to see what we can do to engage students in more, public health trainings and things like that.
And I can talk about Community Assistance Day. So the Health Equity Team and HSMP will be at Community Assistance Day on November 14th. We had a successful sock drive as part of our Violence, Injury, Trauma Action Team initiative to create action bags for the unhoused, and we believe we'll be distributing them there and as part of the WARM project. This past Sunday, there was the 3rd annual Why Don't They Just Leave panel, and there was a community awareness bag stuffing event. So these were part of the action bags. They'll be given out to survivors of domestic violence and for those who have to do the perk testing. We've been playing around with doing some awareness days on our meetings, just so people are aware. And so these are a few that we listed just kind of off the top of our head, but if anyone has any that we're missing, feel free to share or drop in the chat. We can add it to our list.
And also our thought in this is kind of, is it beneficial to the partners on our calls if we have these toolkits and social media things that are available like ahead of time? Is that helpful for you in your day-to-day operations, or does it help for planning if we were to do them a month ahead for teams? Any feedback on that?
I think doing it at least a month ahead is a good idea.
Okay, cool. We're trying to definitely restructure the meetings by January and make it a more open place for conversation. So we're kind of just trying to see like what do people need and what is beneficial and helpful right now. So we weren't sure if it helps if we streamline that process of digital media or if just sharing it ourselves as HSMP is helpful and then you can just share from Facebook.
Okay, so it sounds like we'll be trying to do things maybe a month in advance. Maybe the next one we can start doing them a little bit early, and then we have some toolkits that will be linked during the meetings. So we'll keep an eye out because we definitely use them in HSMP, and I just think they're a great resource. Okay.
I noticed you don't have anything for December, but I just looked up those national or the health awareness days for that. There's Impaired Driving Prevention Month, National Hand Washing Awareness Week, Seasonal Affective Disorder Awareness Month, Safe Toys and Celebrations, World AIDS Days is December 1st, Women's Brain Health Day, International Day of Persons with Disabilities, National Day of Remembrance and Action on Violence Against Women, Human Rights Day, and Anti-Bullying Day. So those are all coming up in December.
December is a busy month. Okay, that's awesome. We'll be, I'll go ahead and look those up, and then we'll have those ready in the meeting minutes.
Or you maybe don't need them all, but anything that we think is relevant to our group would be good.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Sue. Okay, so as part of kind of our restructuring, we are trying to encourage people to submit your flyers, your events, or programs that are coming up, so that we can go ahead and have them listed in the partner updates. It might just streamline our meetings a little bit more, and then also so that we can use them in our biweekly newsletter. So you'll probably see this flyer a little bit more, and I think Aniko just dropped the link in the chat to do that. And so next we'll go to partner updates. The two that I wanted to share first are the OpenStreetMap is a really cool free resource that has everywhere is kind of mapped out, and it shows you the different pathways, cycleways, footbridges, everything. So it might be a really good resource for people to use. And then the Fab Lab is planning on hosting a focus group in January, and we will let you know as we get more details. So I will. Yes.
What is Fab?
Aniko, do you want to share about the Fab Lab?
Sorry, I was talking on mute. But Dr. Kate McFall and the University of Maryland Fab Lab presented at the annual meeting about indoor air quality and their efforts in, I can't think of what the abbreviation stands for, but basically germicidal technology that allots and replaces air filters in some places where they're not accessible, along with just family health. So they have partnered with the Lexington Park Library to get more information for their community needs assessment in partnership with us and ours leading up to 2026, but theirs is definitely going to be environmentally health focused. And they're also focusing in on essentially what the runoffs from the dispensary boom have created in terms of air quality health as well, specifically for St. Mary's. So we sent out their presentation in our minutes, I believe for June was when they presented. But her presentation was recorded and is there for the Fab Lab. So they just want some feedback. So we'll be sharing via email blast, as well as uploading any flyers Dr. McFall sends us to SMORE so that they're distributed equitably among the school system. So all schools get them, not just a couple.
Hey, thank you, Aniko.
Thanks.
Absolutely. So any other partner updates, please feel free to take yourself off mute. And
I don't know if there's any opportunity for us to participate, but there is going to be a holidays at Lexington Park Library on the 2nd. it's the whatever that first Saturday after the beginning of the month is. So I want to say it's the 8th, but I'm not sure. But I'll have to look it up.
Okay, we'll look it up and link the flyer for sure.
And I didn't know if there was anything that because it's going to be a vendor event, so for people to buy things for Christmas. But they are going to do a Santa, a Santa Claus for kids to do their wish list. And as part of that, the line is going to go past displays of various end of year holidays like Kwanzaa and Hanukkah and anything else that we come up with. So to try to be an inclusive holiday celebration. So
that's really cool. And
then there'll be some outside vendors and games and things too, I think. But it's going to be in the it's on a Sunday. So
awesome. We'll definitely add that to our social media calendar as well, so we can make sure we tag them and promote that. Thank you, Sue.
Mm-hmm.
Any other partner updates?
I don't have a partner update, but I have a request. I think we should try to find out from economic development and get probably Ben Cohen to come and present on what's happened with the study that was done for the base, the resiliency study for the base, because there were some things related to Lexington Park and environmental health that were part of that study when I was working on it. So I'd like to see what the final results were.
Okay, I will write that down. Is there any other partner updates?
Real quick, the comprehensive plan update is about to get underway, and Healthy St. Mary's should definitely participate in that activity. So we'll try to publicize any open forums, et cetera, where members can participate.
Yeah, awesome. We would love to share that.
And Tony, if you can just, or I said Tony, I'm so sorry. I'm looking at notes from Tony Sigmund in the YMCA. Troy, if you could send us any information to the St. Mary's Partnership Gmail, just so both of us see it, that'd be super beneficial in our transition. Thank you so much.
Happy to do that. And that's very flattering that you would confuse me with Tony. He's a great guy.
Absolutely. Happy to do so.
Okay. Last call for partner updates. Okay.
Oh,
go ahead, Sue.
Sorry. Garden, I don't know if she really, I kind of was having technical difficulties. I don't know if she mentioned that there's a compost committee, and we are working on getting compost bins set up for a large composting at the garden. It's going to be on that cinder or the asphalt that's where at the end past the handicap parking. So if anybody's interested in composting and participating on that committee, or just in general about what we're hoping to do, let me know and I can get you more information on what's happening.
Okay. Is the best way to refer people to that to give them your email, Sue, or Carla's email?
Carla probably would be the better choice to go through because she's always answering those questions and we're working together on stuff. So.
Okay, cool. So when we link it in the minutes, we'll make sure to refer to Carla, and then recruiting in the newsletter will also link Carla's email for that, for the subcommittee.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, thank you, Sue. Okay, so the last few things to go over. Here is our contact sheet again. Of course, it'll be in the minutes, but we just want to keep pushing for you to submit your social media flyers, events, so that we can promote them. And then for our upcoming meetings, we are going to combine to do one meeting for November and December. And so I'm going to launch a poll for what days would work the best. They're both on Wednesdays. So you should see a poll pop up. If you can go ahead and vote for which day you think will work the best for you. There's December 4th and December 11th. And then we'll go ahead and decide.
Our meetings run so close together for all the holidays going forward. So we're just trying to consolidate and make sure we get a good date, because the one things the HSMP bylaw state is we can nominate off meetings, but the vote has to be done at our meeting in December. So
If we don't vote, can it be that either works?
yes, it can. We'll note that for you, Sue.
Yep. And then the next thing, while people are voting, I'll talk about our action team co-chair elections. So you are able to nominate yourself or others to be a co-chair. And I know, Sue, we have enjoyed having you so much as a co-chair, but her position will be open. So if you know anyone that's interested, you can nominate them. And how it will work is once we receive all the nominations, which will close on the 30th, we'll contact them. And if they accept their nomination, they will be put in a Google form. Yes, as Inigo said, you can also nominate yourself. And then we will vote live during the final meeting of the year. So you have to be in that final meeting to have a vote.
And we try to make it easy on our co-chairs. It's just one extra 30-minute meeting a month to do the prep meetings with us. It's really just anyone that has a passion to evolve and grow our EHAT team and has the knowledge and or willingness to learn the knowledge and do so. So we're open. We're just happy to have everyone here engaged and in the partnership. So we're excited.
Yeah. Okay, so I will go ahead and end the poll. And it looks like our next meeting will be December 4th. So it'll be at the same time, 10 to 11. And of course, we'll send out meeting reminders to make sure everyone knows. So if there is no other business, I'll give you back some time of your morning. And thank you all for coming. And thank you all for joining my first meeting hosting. It's been a very good meeting.
You did great. And I think that partner spotlight was super exciting and allotted for a lot of new ideas. So I'm looking forward to it. And our outreach ladies that are still on the call, if you think that those infographics would be something helpful, let us know and we can get those and have them sent over for next week for communications.
Okay.
Thank you all for coming.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank you,
Great job,
Lauren,
Lauren.
Nico. Bye.